collections, classics, customs, restorations. This is Crossroads Beach Shop. Hey, welcome back to the Crossroads Diecast Speed Shop. I'm Skip, and we're outside the shop on this beautiful sunny afternoon waiting for our next project. I think I hear the truck coming out. And here it is. On the back of our truck, we have this Matchbox 1957 Chevy. This was produced from the late 70s all the way up to the year 2000. It has a movable hood. And so this is going to be a special commission build that I was asked to do by my friend Jeff of All Trades. And you see some of his cars and some of his work on our channel, Four Horsemen channel, and some of our projects. He joins in on some of those builds. And he asked me if I would do a custom for him. So I'm working on that right now. So we're going to get this thing off the truck and into the shop and take a look and see what we've got. Okay, well, we're inside the shop and we have our Matchbox 57 Chevy all taken apart, torn down, base. Again, this is a neat little casting and stuff. Got it all drilled and tapped with a 256 screw. Of course, the front hood. Show you how this works. The front hood just locks in here, and it's held in by the front grille, and it just sits right on there. And so you can see how that is. And the engine goes inside, and so it's kind of a neat little casting. So we'll get that all stripped down and taken apart. Again, the base is a metal base. Oops. The base is a metal base. We'll strip that down. The chrome is in really good shape, so I don't think there's a whole lot that I have to do with this chrome. Again, I had to cut the little tabs in the back so that I could do that, so I'll have to super glue that back in. The windshield's a little yellow, but it's in pretty good shape, so I should be able to scrub it up a little bit, and I would be able to put some Pledge Revive on it. The tires, I ended up having to cut the wheels, the axles and stuff in order to do that for the super fast wheels. When I talked to Jeff, we decided we were going to do some other type of tires to put on it. So, but as I said, I think all the chrome looks really good. The chrome on the engine looks really nice. So that looks really well. The one on the seats and stuff, I don't know what I'm going to do there. I've had several different things. I think a lot's going to do on how the project goes, and where it's really, the chrome is really good. I really hate to strip all that chrome off, but we'll see what we're going to do. All right, so we're going to get this thing down off the rack into the stripper and get on with our project. Two builds coming up in the shop. We have the Diecast International build is Oktoberfest on October 5th, and also the Four Horsemen JDM build at the end of this month. All right, well, we're back, and we've painted up the base of the 57 Chevy that I'm doing. Put these nice 5-spoke Samad wheels. Sometimes when I go to fasten the axles down, I use some of the JB Superwell, but on this one, my JB Superwell was hard-head. The top was hardened and stuff, and so it was almost gone anyway, so I went back old school, I guess you want to call it. Got some super glue, and then used a few drops of Instaset to do that. And we got a nice little roller here, so you can see that. And so that should be really good. So we're going to move on here to the painting of the car. I've already got the 57 Chevy already primed up, both the hood and this, and so we're going to be able to. We're going to put some white down, some opaque white that I mixed up in this little medicine cup. You've seen me do that in other ones. I won't bore you with all that. One of the things I like about this is a Matchbox. One of the things I like about this is the lines. You've got some really good lines here. Let's see if I can get up a little bit closer. For the chrome and stuff on there. Sometimes the lines get blurred on some of the other cars, but that one's got some good lines there. So we're going to get this into the paint booth. We're going to get some white laid down, and before we get to put our second color on, and I'll talk about that later. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, well, we're moving on with our 57 Chevy. What I ended up doing is I taped off the roof. Remember, it was white. After I painted it with the opaque white, I took in, I clear coated it. And then after I clear coated it, I taped off the roof. I use these tomato tapes because they come in a lot of different sizes. These are real thin, a little bit wider, and some really wide stuff. Taped it all off. Taped off this part here with a slash. I don't know what you call that part right there in the back of it. Taped off the roof because I wanted the roof to be white. And I painted the car itself with this pearl blue and from Createx. And I mixed it up using the UVLS high gloss and some 4011 reducer. And I mixed it up in a little medicine cup. And I painted that. Also in this, because this was all chrome, but I didn't want the whole thing to be chrome, and I didn't want that. So what I did, I cut off that little pizza pan steering wheel that was in there. I added this 3D printed one that I got from my friend Andrew over at Maple Leaf Customs. And then I painted the interior white because I thought that's going to go really good. It's going to be a good contrast with the blue of the car. And so this came out pretty good. It's really hard. On the Hot Wheel cars, you don't have any of the detail for this on there at all. But this one does have the detail. So I was able to tape it off using some of that thin tape. And so I kept that white. And but I think it came out fairly well. I had to do a little touch-up paint on it, but otherwise I think it came out pretty good. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this is all going to look like. I have some decals I want to put on it, and then I'm going to clear coat it, and then we'll take a look and see what it looks like. All right, well, we're back, and we're still working on our Matchbox 57 Chevy. You'll notice I changed that. I had some problems with the white. I had to restrip the car again, and so I redid it. And I decided this time I'm going to try the metallic silver by Createx. Well, that came out pretty good. My silver was a little bit old, but one of the things you want to make sure that metallic silver I found is that you want to make sure it's really stirred up well, not separated. You might even have to add a little bit of a reducer, like this 4011 reducer, just to make sure that the metallic stuff gets mixed in there pretty good. Because it came out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with all that. I've redone the back again. I put the decals, the Chevy decal on the back, and then I've detailed the taillights. And again, I kind of like the silver. I'm glad I kind of went silver instead of the white like I was going to. And then, of course, I did the decals for the headlights, and then that emblem on the front hood as well. So that'll be good. So now what we're going to do is we just have to get it into the clear coat, get it clear coated, and from there we'll go back to final assembly. So let's move on. All right, we're back, and we have all the pieces ready to put together for our custom 57 Chevy that I'm doing for a Jeff of all trades. Again, got the hood all done, clear coated. I added some decal lights and the front emblem. I had to redo the slash here because of the white didn't come out right. But I went back, and I like the silver. I went with the silver instead, and so that's really nice. And I gave it 2 coats of clear coat there. Detailed the taillights, another little emblem on the back there. Base is all set, ready. Added these nice 5-spoke Samad wheels on it. Looks like something that would be on an old car, muscle car. And I added my little logo, sticker shop logo. Cleaned up the windshield, and then gave it a dip in the Pledge Revive. And then for the interior, what I did is I masked off the chrome, except for the seats and stuff, and I took and cut out the old steering wheel, added a 3D printed one there, and then painted that all white. So I thought that'll have a better contrast to the car than that aluminum one. So we're going to get this thing put together and assembled, and we'll take a look and see what we got.
Later.
Well, here it is, my custom Matchbox 1957 Chevy Bel Air. The Matchbox 57 Chevy has actually a 1/67 scale, not a 1/64 scale. Matchbox first produced it back in 1979, and from 1979 to 1988, it came with a hood scoop. And then in 1988 and 1989, it was replaced with the open hood, I think at least in the United States. That's what this model is right here. Of course, the 57 Chevy in real life came in 3 models. It had the 110, the 210, and then, of course, the premium package was the Bel Air. The Bel Air name actually began in 1950. That was actually the car itself, the series of the car. But then in 1953, the Bel Air name went from the car itself to one of the premium models. In the 57 Bel Air is, such as the model here, is part of what's also known as the Tri-5s, some of the 55, the 56, and the 57, which are some of the most popular Bel Air models. On this car, what I did was, again, stripped it all down. I painted it with some Craytex Pearl Blue, and the roof and the slash are painted with Craytex Silver Metallic. After that, I added the little decals for the headlights, the front emblem and the rear emblem, as well as detailing up the back taillights with some red Craytex paint. And then after that, I went and put 2 coats of Diecast Graveyards 2K Clear on that. The wheels are 5 spokes from Samed wheels. Thought those looked really good for a hot rod type of a car and stuff. The interior was all chrome, so I took and taped off that, and I painted the interior white. But I liked leaving the chrome because the chrome was really good on this model, so I wanted to leave that as far as the side pipes and all that. It came out really good. I added a 3D printed steering wheel that I got from Andrew over at Maple Leaf Customs. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. A lot of fun build, and I'm looking forward to sending this to Jeff, and I hope he likes it. I really appreciate our trade for that. Also, just want to say about the windshield, I cleaned that up real good, and then I gave it a dip in Pledge Revive, so that really cleaned it up and made it look really nice. And so I had a lot of fun with this. If I ever find another one of these, I might try to do something like that. I really like the way the silver and the blue came together. I was going to do it with white. Originally went to white, but the slash got messed up. I tried painting the white first and the blue on top of it. This time what I did is I took and I taped off the blue, painted blue and taped it off, and painted it with the silver metallic over that. And it took several coats to really get it darkened so they didn't have the blue kind of bleeding through. Even though I had clear coated the blue before I started painting the silver. I was really happy with this one. To all my subscribers and viewers, I hope you like this video. As always, God bless, and thanks for stopping by the shop.